Alright folks, here on the Holeup project, I think I'm going to try something new. Well, I mean, old, but new to me. So, what we have here is my 1997 GMC Sonoma. It is turbocharged. It has a V8 in it. Not a junkyard V8. It's actually a nice one. That's freshly rebuilt from the folks at CNC Motorsports out there in North Dakota. And my issue that I'm having is this thing gets way warm with that turbo being underneath there. When the turbo was in the rear of the vehicle, it didn't have any problem. But now that I've got all that extra piping up front and that turbo's sitting up there making heat, we're going to go ahead and butcher a hood. So I got this hood from a friend of mine, and it is, this is out of an S10. There is a slight difference. One has a crease right down the center, and then the GMC has two bulges over each headlight. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to go ahead and kind of mimic what we got going on here. I'd like to take and go about 9 inches in from the side here, straight on back. I think I'm going to go ahead and maybe put a louver here and here, only on this other hood. That way I don't have to cut up my nice one. So, as far as I understand, I have to be, well, in order for this to be efficient, I need to stay behind the radiator, which is 14 inches from the front of the hood. I measured that up. So I've got to stay behind this line here, and then this is just the center line of the hood. And I'll tell you what, these folks that put pinstripes on for a living and do sticker kits, you're no joke, because these hoods are hard to measure. So let me go ahead and mark this thing up a little bit. I thought about trying to get a manometer and measure airflow, so we can get these in a low pressure area on top of the hood. We don't want to be at the back of the hood, because that's where a high pressure area is, and also we can't be any farther ahead of that blue line. So let me spend about, I don't know, a little bit while longer here, and I'll bring you back on when I have something to look at. Okay guys, so today's the big day. My plan is to measure high and low pressure areas on the hood of this truck, so I can tell where to cut the hood louvers on this hood. So I've marked out 20 different spots on the hood here. I'm going to go ahead and use a manometer to measure pressure at a specified distance on each one of these pieces of tape. I'll do that while my lovely assistant drives along, and then I'll record the highest areas and the lowest areas. So that's my plan. I've got the manometer sitting right here, and we'll measure all these at about 70 miles an hour to get a reading. The reading is just an arbitrary number where the high ones are high and the low ones are low. I'll try to do a couple things at a time here, and when we get moving, I'll show you some readings. Alright, here we go. We're going to do some measurements here. I'm going to be running the stick, and here we go. Just kind of give it a general. Okie dokie. Now that we got that done, I will plot these numbers out on the hood, or a picture of the hood, and I'll show you what we ended up coming up with. Kind of interesting. I'm sure there's a different way that you can do it and get more accurate readings, but it's the cheapest and most accurate way that I could come up with to do it. All right, so we're back from our road test, and we've done our pressure testing, and we've created our labels, which I've posted on the screen. But what did we learn? Okay, so this is the front of the truck, and what did we learn? We got a 20, a 22, 30, 45, 60, 28, 10. So we're starting to drop pressure here. We're gaining back up in pressure here. We got a 50, an 80, a 55, and now we're starting to drop back down. 10, 20, 6, 20, 23, 8, 40, 25, 22. So, what we're going to do, since we only did half of the hood, right up here, like we're going to place our hood louvers right in this area, the lower pressure area. And remember, we have to stay back 14 inches from the front of the truck because that's where our radiator support sits, right in here. And we'll go ahead and transfer our areas over to this hood, and we will put in these louvers. I'm really impressed with these louvers. They're from Spike Performance. These are for a C5 Corvette, but I mean, no one ever said you couldn't put things from a C5 Corvette on a 1997 GMC Sonoma. So, and again, this is an experimental deal, and it's experimental because if it cools this truck down the way I want it to, we're going to ditch this black hood because it's ugly, because it's an S10 hood, and it has the crease right up the center of it, which is right there, whereas the nice bulges on the Sonoma hood are like that. So I'm going to go ahead and mark out this black hood, and I really don't know if you want to see a time lapse of me doing that, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I'll put some tape down, I'll mark this thing out, and then we'll cut it up. Yeah, that's right. We're going to cut it up because that's what we do. So hopefully that was kind of fun, and let's see what the finished project looks like. Good morning, and welcome to day 21 of trying to find time to cut holes in this perfectly good hood. Just can't find time to do it. We've got our templates laid out here. We are, oh shoot, let's see here. So this line running across here is 10.5 inches from the corner of the hood down. We are 13 7/8 inches in right here, and then for a little bit of flare, or a 1/2 inch down here. You got all your pieces of flare on today? All right, good. And from the center of the hood here, we're 2.5 inches both directions. So I'm going to go ahead and get my X-Acto knife out, and I know that it's not the right way to do it, or the way that they say in the instructions, but I'm going to just go ahead and cut out this inner line here, and then peel that out, because I've got masking tape underneath, and that'll tell us where to cut it. So that's what I'll do, and should be pretty simple, straightforward. And let me put you on a tripod. Okay. Look at that. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Now, switch over to our marker. Let's go ahead and trace. And I'm not 100% sure on these directions on whether or not we're supposed to leave these black vinyls underneath of the hood vents or not. But I'm not going to put them on this hood, I don't think. If I do it, I'll put it on the other hood. Boy, I had second sight syndrome over there on that other one. I cut that vinyl damn near perfect. Easy rod. That's okay. Okay. Check that out. Check me out, B. I'm funky. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and peel these off of here. I'm going to get my high-speed abrasive wheel and cut it. Cut them out. I'll leave that tape down as a protective barrier for the heat and such. Not that it's really gonna, that might help. I'll take them outside and cut them because I don't want all that abrasive dust flying around in here, but you guys get the idea. I'll be back in a jiff. Here we go. No turning back now. I think that'll turn out just fine. Sure. All right. Well, I'm going to mark these up, drill some holes for the rivets, and then bring it back. All right, folks, we're all drilled up. All I did is use the louver as a template and went ahead and popped the holes right on through. I put blue masking tape on top of each one, so when the drill goes through, you don't doink your fresh powder coat. That's a helpful hint for you. And let me get this thing unmasked and see what our product looks like. Still got to put the rivets in, but time for the big reveal, I think. Show you guys something pretty funny here. When I was cutting the hood, I went ahead and, well, you ever seen those pictures of the guy standing on the wrong side of the tree branch when they're cutting the tree limb off, and you're like, boy, dum dum, you're gonna fall right on your ass. Well, I had one of those moments too. Show you. Show you, and you're gonna laugh because you're like, saw that one coming a mile away. Cut my stand with the Sawzall. Whoops! What an idiot! Straighten this thing up here. Especially right in this area, and put the louvers in. What should I use? Vice grip? It's a good idea, Matt. Let's do that. Crescent wrench. Oh yeah. Can't even tell. Now, do I even have a pop rivet gun? Yep, I sure do. All right, look at that. All cleaned up, washed it, gave it a light waxing. Let's put them hood louvers in. The moment I've all been waiting for. Do some pop riveting. Yeah. Let the fun begin. I don't know what I did there. Maybe I can get some help today so I can put this on the truck. That would be fun. What the hell is going on over here? Oh, weed eater action. I guarantee he'll stop over. And 2. And 3. Come on. And 4. Work it, baby. Slam it on in. Come on. That one ought to fly in there. That's the one we got crooked. On accident. There. Okay. I'm going to start in the back. Work my way forward. And that's how they get their name. Permanent, but temporary fastener. Come on, there. Oh, shit. Just waxed it too. Oh, I like that. All right, finished product. What do you think about that? That look good? I like it. I've got one pop rivet that I have to redo, but I like that. That looks good. Now we'll put it on the truck and see how it performs. And there she is, the final product. I'm gonna go take it for a ride, see if the temps are a little bit cooler underneath the hood. I think that turned out pretty okay. Aside from the hood not matching. Okay, so were the fruits of our labor worth it? This is what the big question is, and do hood louvers actually work? So let's try and answer that question. I've got the HP Tuner software hooked up here, and let us maximize this window so we can kind of see what we got going on here. Alrighty, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to put the cursor right here in the start of the pull, if you want to call it a pull, and you'll notice over here in the middle upper left hand, this is our intake air temperature. We're going down the road. We're almost at a stop here, 7 miles an hour. And this is about a, well, let's see, 6:51 and 51 seconds. So let's see how long this pull is. This yellow line indicates my throttle percentage. Right here I'm at full throttle. This white line here indicates the intake air temperature. For anyone who's interested, this is my boost line here in the pink. And as soon as I let out of the throttle over here, we are, I don't know, 59 seconds from 51, so we're about an 8-second pull here. And I'm just going to hit play. This is real time, and you can watch the intake air temperature here start to rise. We go from 107 up to about 145 by the end of the pull, climbing pretty rapidly. The truck is pretty well tuned. I don't know, what's it say we're making for power here? And this is just an estimate on the horsepower, but it's saying 652, 653. And at the end of the pull, we're at about 11 psi. So let's go ahead and open. This is our second test pull here. After the hood has been done, let's see what we end up with here. Well, again, we'll go ahead and maximize this area here so we can get full viewing pleasure. And obviously this isn't the same day. There's about a month in between. The temperatures are fairly similar though. So we're going down the road at 95 degrees air intake temperature. And we light into it here full throttle. So let's see, 5:36 and 8 seconds. So we'll go ahead and go to the end of the pull here, which is right about there. 5:36 and 14 seconds. So we've got a 7-second differential there. We made 10 pounds of boost on that pull. And our intake air temperature. Watch how slowly it climbs this time. We start at 96 degrees. And we end at 120. So, let's see there. We're what? 24 degrees of gain instead of 40. So I'd say that the louvers worked. And obviously the after the pull, the temperatures kind of go for a little bit and then they decline rapidly again. So you can just kind of see how it starts to creep back down again. And I know that the intercooler is too small for the truck, but the point of the exercise was to keep the air temperatures down under the hood and gain something from that, which we did. So, like I said, the truck makes decent power. I don't know, at the peak of first gear we're 655, and at the top of second gear or halfway through it, we're at about, I don't know, 580. Okay, so that concludes the end of the video. Let me know what you thought below. Was it educational? Was it something fun to learn? Kind of a little out of the ordinary, maybe. Got to see my truck. It's kind of a fun little guy. Drive around. I bet you I probably had that truck. I couldn't even tell you. I think I bought it in 2000. And it's been turbocharged for probably the better part of 10, 12 years. So it's seen some heat. But anyway, as always, we appreciate you watching. Go ahead and feel free to leave a comment down below. And we'll see you again next week, hopefully with some progress on the old Cadillac.